Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Wakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to my Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as the diaspora. That looks like the other nation bar. Actually, Yasharallah, his brother Kawa Cub coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson, I want to go into this video that I saw entitled, Be Mindful, All True Believers Are Tried. And I want to, and this is by GMS Hawaii. And basically what he goes in is he's basically referencing a video that was done by another brother. And the video, it was good, but he's not necessarily talking about the person on the screen that you see on the screen right now. He's more so talking, and by the way, the link to this video is in the description, so definitely go and check it out, because it was a very good video, and that's the whole reason why I am even making this lesson in the first place, because I think it's literally just that good and that important to remember. So definitely go and check this out, all right, because I really did appreciate it, basically. Okay, so to basically get back into it, what happened here is he was talking about how we are all, or it's like more specifically the true believers, all right, we are going to be tried. We're going to have to face some sort of tribulation or hardship. Now let's first start off by getting that first in Sirach chapter 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. And there's so much more into this. I'm going to try to break it into parts rather than just go at it all at once. But basically, you know, like that's the thing about it, where, you know, we being followers of YAHAWAH, it's not meant for us to meant for things to just be easy as soon as we start following YAHAWAH. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to be like, okay, like we are being challenged, we're being tried, we're going to be going through hardships. You know, where it's not going to be easy, or oh, you can just do this and then oh, that problem is solved and whatnot. No, it's going to be challenging, and you know, for us, we need to be able to have that patience to be able to endure. Okay, as it says, as the scriptures say, which I'm not going to paraphrase, I'm going to actually get it. Matthew chapter 24 verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So this is what we have, where if we endure all the way to the end, then that's when we are going to be saved. That's when we're going to be delivered. That's when we're going to see, you know, the fruits of our labor, the rewards from our accumulation of our spiritual bank account. All right, now continuing on, I want to get this. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And you know, that's the thing, where you're going to have times when your spirit, you know, is just like, oh well, I'm just tired, I don't want to do this anymore, like I'm done and whatnot, like I'm just gonna go and be wicked, I'm gonna go and, you know, I'm gonna stop waiting for the Lord. And as a matter of fact, let's get those two precepts, Ezekiel 12, I believe, as well as Matthew 24 verse 48. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, verse 49, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat with and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So basically, you have these hypocrites, or not hypocrites, these slothful servants that are like, okay, well, I don't want to wait anymore. I'm just gonna go and be a demon. I want to go and live Esau's way rather than Slakia. Rather than waiting for YAHAWASHI to return for Yahweh to send YAHAWASHI to return and deliver us. Okay. Now, with that being said, that's what was the other? Okay, here it was. I think there was this. I don't think that this was it. Alright, Slakia. I'm just gonna move on, Slakia. But yeah, basically you get the point where you have these people who are saying, oh, yeah, well, the Lord's not gonna come for 1,000 years, and you have people that are saying stuff like that. Oh, we're not gonna see the Lord for 1,000 years, or we don't need to worry about that. It is not for another 1,000 years or another 1,000,000 years or whatever, when that couldn't be farther from the truth, especially given the prophecies. And the thing is that we don't know what exact year. As a matter of fact, let's get that as well. Bear with me one moment looking for it. Here, Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So only Yahweh knows the day and hour of Yahawashi's return. Okay, Yahawashai is the one returning, and he doesn't know. Okay, and he said that Yahawashai said that let me actually go to it. I think it's Matthew 25 verse here. Matthew 25 verse 31. No, Matthew chapter 25 verse 30. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into utter darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. Basically, Yahawashi is going to return, and all these people that said, oh, the Lord delayed this coming, the Lord's not going to come for 1,000 years, all this and the third, is going to going to regret that. They're going to be mad. If you've ever seen someone like so mad and at the same time crying and then just grinding their teeth and stuff like that, that's basically the type of anger / sadness that they're going to have. All right. Now, so yeah, basically the thing with that is that these types of stuff, especially the signs, they're supposed to be faith booster, because we are over here. You have a whole bunch of brothers making lessons, a lot of brothers actually making lessons and saying, oh yeah, look at the news, look at DJT making this law for this, and he's been making so many laws. I've never even heard of a freaking president making so many damn laws and talking so freaking just audaciously. It's genuinely comforting for me to hear all this stuff, because that just means that we're just that much closer to the end and to Yahawashi returning to deliver us. Okay, so yes, I'm over here waiting. Okay, what's the next thing? What are they gonna do next? all this different stuff, okay? Because it's been very wild to say the least. All right, now, but yes, Slakia, going back, the main thing is with the whole us being tried, we are watching these different things happening, and we acknowledge that this has to happen, okay? And why does it have to happen? Because it is prophecy. Let me get this as well, Slakia. Wait, it's Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Let me also get this, Matthew chapter 24 verse, Matthew chapter 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So basically, Yahawadah is saying, don't be worried when all these prophecies, all these things are happening. And when you being worried is a sign that you're taking up after the heathen customs and the heathen belief, where you think that things are going to be bad for you, when in actuality it's only supposed to be bad. It's only going to be bad for Esau Edom, which we see in Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13, where it says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Where all that pain, suffering, trouble, it's only going to apply to the heathen and the wicked, the 2/3, and we, the elect, Lord willing, part of that number, are going to be exempt from all that trouble. Now, where is it? Was I? Oh yeah, Slakia. Next, here, 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahawah, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahawah? So, we're going through hell now. We're going through hardships now first, but very soon the Lord's going to change that. The Lord's going to make it so that all that pain and suffering is going to go translate to our enemies. We're not going to have to deal with that anymore. They're going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to, struggle. They're going to have to deal with all that stuff. Whereas, we're exempt. We are fine. We already paid for our transgressions. We already paid for our sins during this time, basically during this time. All right. Now, next, another thing is, endure. As I believe I brought it out. Yes, enduring. So yes, through all the hardships that we're going through now, you have to just endure, because there's going to come a time when the Lord's going to, make things opposite, where you don't have to worry about all that stuff anymore. Now here in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 11, put on the whole armor of Yahawah, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle, let's read it again. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahawah, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. Let me also get this in jump down to verse 15, and your feet shone with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Basically, our patience is what is going to not slacking our patience. Well, yes, that's a part of it. That's the main part. But basically, enduring, just being patient, waiting for the Lord to actually deliver us, and then that is when we're going to be delivered. That's when we're going to be like, okay, you know what, this is it, and we're going to see the fruits of the labor of our labor. We're going to see, okay, yes, I finally see the benefits. I finally see all the stuff that we're gaining as a result of just, you know, waiting for the Lord to make things right. All right, rather than, you know, trying to force your will, your desire, and all that stuff. You just let the Lord take over and handle all that stuff. Okay, so call on YAHAWAH and Yahawadah. You're able to, you know, have that patience, wait, and be patient enough for YAHAWAH to just, you know, take over and let all that stuff happen. All right, now, next. I did not read this. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the times past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's where we're at, where we are watching the times, or watching all the prophecies unfold for us to slowly be delivered. Okay, we have to look out for all these different things, all that's going on, like what's in the news. Okay, you know, you all heard all the freaking big beautiful bill that DJT is making all the stuff that's going on, you know, that they're doing. It's crazy now, and this is signs of the end, where, you know, even the people are just starting to lose faith in their leader. All right, they're starting to, you know, get mad that they're not working for them, they're working for themselves. All right, now Matthew chapter 24 verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So basically, blessed is that servant that is, you know, doing the work when the Lord doing the work, Slakia, while the Lord is out, while his Lord is out. Basically, like a matter of, okay, you know what, I'm doing this for Yahawadah. So as a result of that, you know, when Yahawadah sees me constantly working and I never stopped working, then when he comes, okay, because I'm always working every day, all right, then he's gonna just see me when he eventually comes and say, okay, you know what, I see you were doing that work, you always stayed diligent. All right, so as a result of that, you're going to be rewarded. All right, now, yeah, but that's basically it. So, you know, it is not going to be an easy thing, but we try our best to keep on enduring and stay patient with all the stuff that we have to deal with. I pray this was edifying. I pray, you know, you're able to, you know, endure, especially with going through all the stuff that we all have to deal with. So I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kwakwadah, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, Abad Bal, and Shalom.